Let's take a look at the chart action for Ethereum. All right, so here are all the levels that I'm looking at, or here's all the stuff that I'm looking at. Let's see, where do we start? I think we should start with this this falling wedge right here in the short term. So if we zoom in, let's do the 4-hour time frame, and let's go ahead and actually delete everything. We'll come back to the Fibonacci retracement and some of the levels that we've been watching for limit orders. But right now we're looking at this resistance, and this resistance, and then we have support down here. We have this falling wedge pattern, maybe something like this. We have a top, and then we have a bottom, something like this. I don't really like this little wick down. I'm going to ignore that. It just looks like we got more contact right here, right here, right here, and right here. So, and if you line that up, then it looks like that falling wedge. If you pull it back a little bit, this pattern kind of gets messed up. So I don't know, this is what I'm looking at. I think in general this top line is the main one we're focusing on anyways. I think if we could break this trend line going to the upside, then we would be looking at the previous resistance levels. First one would be 44,436, and then the next one approximately 4,761. So that's the main thing that I'm watching. Let's go ahead and bring back some of the other things that I was watching before, like the Fibonacci retracement and where I have my limit orders and why. So I have limit orders set at the Fibonacci retracement levels, and the first one is sitting at 3,700. We actually came down, hit that level, bounced up, and now we've been trading in this falling wedge pattern. This hasn't been going exactly perfect like Bitcoin was. I mean, as far as me trying to trade it, we actually had an uptrend right here. We broke that. I took some profits and I put my limit order back in at 3,700, and we actually haven't came down and filled it again. So right now what I'm looking at is either hitting this limit order, or if we break this trend line going to the upside, then I'm going to be getting less confident on this limit order and just putting in a position market order going to the upside. In general though, I guess you could say we have this downtrend right here. Until we break this downtrend going to the upside, then I'm looking at these Fibonacci retracement levels. If we zoom out and take a look at the daily time frame as well, we had support right here, support right here. We had an uptrend going like this. We broke that uptrend going to the downside right here. Ever since then, that's where I pretty much started looking at these Fibonacci retracement levels. I got the bottom of the trend, top of the trend, got the Fibonacci tool, dragged from the bottom to the top. That gave me those levels. So what I'm looking at now is basically, like I said at the beginning, we're watching this wedge pattern. Let's see if we could break to the upside and stop getting, or because we got a retracement, we're trending down. Let's see if we could break out of this downtrend and start heading back up and start testing these previous resistance levels. What we really want to do is break out of this Fibonacci box in general, set a higher high, then we can start looking at higher highs. The one I was looking at is possibly around 6,000. Step one would be breaking up out of this rising wedge. It's still possible that we get rejected and we come down and hit these Fibonacci retracement levels. That's why I still have them open. But like I said, if we start breaking this, then I'm going to be a little less confident on these lower levels. We could take a look at the total crypto market cap as a signal of how the market's doing, and as you can see, it's basically in a big downtrend. But at the same time, if you look right here, we are in a place where support is meeting resistance, and looks like we are testing this downtrend right here. I don't know, we're going to break up or down. That's going to be a big signal right here. We're on the daily time frame. I think if we jump over to the 4-hour time frame, we might be able to see this a little bit better. We might be able to watch this a little bit closer, should I say. So let's draw these trend lines. Let's adjust the trend lines. 4-hour time frame. I think maybe this is the time frame and the thing to watch. If we could break above right here, then this will be a better signal for Bitcoin, Ethereum, you name it. So, but what we'll want to do, if we could break out of here, the next thing we'll want to do is watch this trend line. We have this trend line right behind it. We have resistance, resistance. We have a resistance trend line right there, right behind it. So I don't know, we might be able to target from the top to the bottom of this little triangle. maybe drag it to the breakout. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. We still haven't broken these trend lines yet, but I think this is a good chart to watch. The 4-hour time frame on the total crypto market cap. If we could break up, that's going to be a good signal. If we break down, that means that we might be still in this channel. At least we're trending down in general. We're still trending down, but it looks like we're holding support at this level right here. Let's see if we can hold support at this line right here. Let's see if we can hold support at this line right here. But yeah, 4-hour time frame, total crypto market cap, ticker symbol TOTAL. Another chart we could watch that I like watching is the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. So basically, if this chart is going up, then Ethereum is doing better than Bitcoin. And if this chart starts going down, then you're going to be wanting to be in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is going to be outperforming Ethereum. So if we zoom out, this is a 4-hour time frame, and we've been on this uptrend right here. This is the main thing I'm watching. We have an uptrend going like this, and if we go to the daily time frame, we have another big, huge kind of like, we have this big other uptrend going like this. It's almost like parabolic kind of. So what I've been looking at is this flag pattern like this, and I've been targeting from the top to the bottom of this flag. We actually got a breakout over here, and I've been looking at this spot right there, sitting at this level. And the other spot that it is this previous top over here. If we zoom out, we have this top, and we have another top over here. We have another top over here. I've been looking at this top to see if we could come up and hit this top over here. I've been waiting for a breakout. We finally got it, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of volume coming in, or it doesn't look like it's not like a lot of Bitcoin money is coming straight into Ethereum. We're still kind of riding this trend line. I think as long as we're riding this trend line, then it looks good, and I'm looking at this target. But if we start breaking this trend line, then I'm just going to be looking at Bitcoin more. I mean, in general, I've been watching Ethereum for a while now, and this uptrend's really good. I've been targeting up here, like I was just saying. Yeah, I'm just watching this uptrend to see if we can see a change. I'm just kind of watching to see if there's a change in direction, to see which one's better. But Ethereum has been performing good, just watching this chart. So yeah, Ethereum is doing good, and it's still on an uptrend compared to Bitcoin right now. However, it is kind of testing it. So I don't know, just keep your eye on this chart. This is another good chart to watch, in my opinion. Another thing I wanted to mention about this chart was, I don't know if anyone caught the new South Park or saw clips of it yet, but they were talking about NFTs and Ethereum and just different crypto language. And one of the terms that they threw out was the flippening. And I'm not sure on this chart where we have to get to actually flip Bitcoin, but if we go to the crypto market cap, if we go to coin market cap, the market cap of Bitcoin right now is 891 billion, and then the market cap of Ethereum is 465 billion. So we'd have to double the market cap to actually flip it. I think that's the way the flippening works. But anyways, they were talking about the flippening, and in general, this chart moving up like this, that's what the story of this chart is pretty much. As long as this chart is moving up and continues to head up, especially if it keeps going parabolic and just gets stronger, then that is pretty much how the flippening is going to happen with this chart. I mean, Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin throughout this whole area right here. But if we go back, let's go to the weekly time frame so we can get like a zoomed out little view better. We had a big huge run up back in 2017 as well, and then it came down and started coming down compared to Bitcoin. While it's running down, you'd really want to have Bitcoin over here instead of Ethereum while we're going down, because it's losing value more than Bitcoin was. I guess what I'm trying to say is you might want to be careful getting caught. I mean, I don't know. It just depends on what you think. If Ethereum's better than Bitcoin, or what you think in the long term about which one's going to do better. But I think in general, when we start to come up to these levels right here, I would expect maybe some resistance. So that's just what I would think in general. That's just my opinion. In general, I don't know if Ethereum's going to flip Bitcoin, but it sure is making a run for the money right now. It's running up pretty hard right now, and what I'm looking at are these previous resistance over here. So let's see if we could come up and at least hit these targets. Let's see if we could pass them. Let's see what happens. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Ethereum is going to flip Bitcoin? Okay, so if we go back to the Ethereum chart, As we've been recording this video, it looks like we kind of broke this trend line going to the upside right here of this falling wedge. So what I'm looking at right now, what I think we might be able to target, let's see if we can keep this momentum going. We're on the 4-hour time frame right now. Let's see if we can come up, hit this resistance right here. We have a 180 moving average, might give us some trouble. This is sitting at 4,164. Maybe the next resistance would be sitting right here at 4,438, and then maybe the target, the ultimate target at the top would be 4,767. What I would really like to do is break this top as well, but these would be the next levels that I'd be kind of targeting. Right now we're on the 4-hour time frame. We have support right here, support right here. Let's do a trend line going to the upside like this. Until we break this trend line going to the downside, then I'm thinking that it might give us some support and push us to the upside. This might just be one thing to watch as a signal that we might be changing direction. But it does kind of look like we're breaking out right now. Let's see if we could close this candle right here on the 4-hour and then get another one and keep continuing to push up. Like I said, we have that 180 moving average. Let's see if that gives us trouble. All right. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys like Ethereum, hit the thumbs up button. Also, if you're new to trading and you want to follow along with these charts, here's a playlist that you can follow along. Also, we have a Discord as well, and the link is in the description. You can go over there and ask questions if you ever have any questions. But this playlist will help you get you started on TradingView and looking at charts. All right, I'll see you in the next one.